Hi guys! My name's Rachel, I'm 28, I'm the founder of Glow Culture. I just moved to LA, so come hang out with me. Okay, we're gonna go to a coffee shop. It's Mandarin. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been there before, but not this location, so excited.
Big coffee drinker?
I love coffee and I love matcha, but I do not do good with caffeine. I'm like the most sensitive caffeine person, but I still drink it. So if I get coffee, it's decaf. Matcha, I definitely, matcha's more tolerable caffeine-wise for me, but the key that I learned a while ago was that I'm allergic to dairy. I've always had allergies. So I would have oat milk. And something I learned with PCOS is that oat milk is not good for PCOS because it spikes your blood sugar. So I've been getting coconut milk lately, and that makes me less anxious when I have coffee.
Is it allergies, actually allergic, or is it lactose intolerant?
Actually allergic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was 1 when we figured out I had allergies. I was eggs and dairy. So that's been my whole life. So that I really kind of started my health kind of thing. Because I've always been more health conscious that way. Just having to shop more at health food stores so I could actually, have things I wanted to eat, I don't know, ice cream or plant milk. But yeah, so.
And then ever since you knew you had PCOS, is that when it really started ramping up your health choices and stuff?
So my health journey really started when I was early 20s. I was in college. I was really stressed out, eating, McDonald's every single day, drinking 2 venti lattes every single day, just typical college stuff. And I was getting really bad vaginal chronic BV yeast infections, and that really started my health journey because I wanted that to stop. And so I learned about gut health because I was in biology. That was my major, biology and chemistry. And then I really started cleaning up my diet, and then that was about 2 years of that. And then so I was on my health journey already, and then I was doing good, and then all of a sudden my symptoms started coming back. I started gaining weight. I was starting to break out on my jawline, and I just felt horrible. I had horrible anxiety. Every single day it was I was waking up and I just felt horrible. And that's when I went to my doctor. I started learning about PCOS, and I was pretty certain I had it just based off of blood work, but my doctor just looked at me and said oh, you don't have PCOS, you're not overweight enough. And that genuinely made me so sad and frustrated, because I knew I wasn't the only one that had gone through that experience with a doctor, and it just kind of plays into just women's health. Women are always disregarded when it comes to getting diagnosed with things, especially PCOS. So that just kind of lit a fire under me, and I went to a functional medicine doctor, and we did further blood work, and based off of that I did have PCOS. So I love being right, but unfortunately, it was good that I knew, because knowing I had PCOS, I was able to make the changes. Even though I was being really healthy, they still weren't the right things that I needed specifically for PCOS. So.
And what age were you diagnosed with that?
That was that was last year. So I was 27.
So you were battling it without really knowing for almost 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any really early indicators that women should be aware of?
If a teenager has a really painful cycle, if it's very irregular, that can be something to kind of look out for. I look back, and for me, I was always really sensitive to like my blood sugar. Like if I didn't eat for like a couple hours at school, I would be so hangry. And so then I would eat like something, and then it would spike my blood sugar, and I would get like hot and sweaty. I just never felt good. And so just being aware of that when I was younger would have, given me a little bit more insight. But it's hard with those early indicators. But if you're someone in like your 20s who has a more, let's say, regular cycle, if it's, if your cycle is longer than, the traditional 28 days, if it's, sometimes like 35 or 40, or if it's just all over the place, that's a big indicator. Again, like painful periods, painful cramps, if you have cystic acne, if your hair is falling out in your early 20s, like that's a big red flag. I think those are some of the big ones.
That's the way every day goes. Every time we've no control. If the sky is pink and white.
I've always wanted to make a supplement, and so last year a company reached out to me, Infinite Garden, and we wanted to make a supplement together because I've always wanted to make taking care of yourself easier, especially for like my audience that I've grown on social media. And I think supplements are a really great tool for making, taking care of self-care, easier. And we came up with Glow Culture. We took what I was going through with PCOS, gut health, vaginal health, stress, and we came up with the formula for Glow Culture, which is just 3 powerful ingredients. Because I really like simple but effective ingredients. I didn't want to supplement with 30 ingredients just because you look at it, it's overwhelming, and you might not need every single one of those ingredients. So what Glow Culture is a really powerful probiotic. It's a spore-forming probiotic called IS2, and that helps gut health and also vaginal health, which is a really big thing for me, having gone through what I went through with my own personal experience. And then the second ingredient is holy basil extract, and that's an adaptogen. It helps to regulate cortisol, and that is huge again for PCOS and just for having anxiety. It helped me feel a lot calmer throughout the day in my personal experience. And the third ingredient is pomegranate extract, and pomegranate is really high in antioxidants. It's really high in polyphenols, which are really good for your gut, and it just helps you glow from within because it's very good for your skin as well, and heart health.
Well, what can people expect to feel when they start taking Glow Culture?
So, well, I immediately started feeling the holy basil. Like within a couple of days, I felt calmer. I was sleeping better. I was feeling less anxious, which was huge because I started taking it around the time we were launching. So my stress was here. And so it was like the perfect time to really just put it to the test. Because again, stress is my biggest trigger for PCOS. So I immediately felt the holy basil. I just felt more relaxed, more calm. And then the probiotic also started working really quickly for me. It immediately just like less bloating, more like regularity. And the pomegranate extract, I think it's more like 1 to 2 months to really start seeing just like more like a glow in your skin. But what I have heard from other people as well is the effects that it's had on like your cycle. So having less painful periods, I've heard that from not only myself, but friends and people that DMing me. The cycle feels a lot lighter and shorter. And a lot of it, again, like around the times of my periods, I just feel more balanced, like throughout the month. I'm not getting these like highs and lows, because what's really cool is that it's our gut and our liver are really connected. And so having the probiotic help out your gut, it supports liver health, because hormones, the issue a lot of the time with hormone balance is not production of hormones, it's how your body is getting rid of them. It's the detoxification and the breaking them down. So your gut and your liver are very important in that pathway. And so the probiotic supports that. The pomegranate extract also supports that. Pomegranate is really high in short chain fatty acids, and those are very important for gut health and the detoxification of hormones. So within 2 to 3 months, I saw my skin really like stop breaking out. Like during the time of launch, I was getting a lot of acne related to my PCOS just from stress. And within 3 months, I was not breaking out the same way that I was. And that was huge for me. And I've heard similar effects from other people. Making a supplement was so in line with my purpose of like really just wanting to help other people, specifically women. Low culture can be taken by men, but specifically women, just because of the health discrepancies. Just, you know, just data among, you know, women's health is so much lower than men's. Men are always prioritizing studies. And so just, you know, being a woman and feeling that firsthand, I really wanted to help other women and just make it easier. So, you know, creating a supplement aligned with my purpose, having the social media presence and growing a community, and just like, I really wanted to offer more than just education, which education is so important, but having something tangible in like my everyday life that I can be like, this works for me and I back this and I trust this and this makes things easier for me, and I've seen these results, and be able to pass that on to other people just was like my, you know, that was my goal. That was my end goal. So, but to other influencers, it's like, or other people wanting to start a brand, it's just be so clear on your purpose and know, you know, why you are doing something, and having something that just like gets you up every single morning and you are so passionate about it makes all the difference when starting a personal brand. Okay, so we're gonna go to Whole Foods, gonna do a little bit of grocery shopping. I think I'll just kind of go over like what I mainly look for when I am grocery shopping, just because I feel like we're not taught that. We're not taught like what to look for ever. We're at Whole Foods, and I'm gonna show you just some of like my go-to like grocery shopping tips. We're gonna start with protein. So first is salmon. You always want to buy wild-caught salmon versus farm-raised. Wild-caught is going to be a lot more nutritious and also have a lot less toxins than farm-raised. Okay. So ground beef, I always buy the lean, so 93.7, and I always get organic and 100% grass-fed. And if it's local, that's even better. Versus, you don't want something that's not organic because it might have hormones or antibiotics. Okay, I do need that in the cart. They have protein granola? This is new. So for more processed foods like granola, cereal, protein bars, you want to look for products that have very like minimal ingredients that you recognize. This is like my favorite granola. It tastes so good. But also, it doesn't have anything artificial. There's no artificial dyes. There's no artificial sweeteners, no high fructose corn syrup. It's just things that I literally just, I know what it is. Like, oh, it's sunflower seeds, chia seeds. It's not fortified. This is a really good, like this is as close to as a whole food that you could get, it being more processed. Snacks? Okay.
I don't know.
Like chips, like that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. We'll go find the snack aisle. We found the wine. So you can be in your wine era. Yeah, snacks. Snacks is a good one. Because yeah, sometimes you don't want to like always be making something. If there's just some, like, I feel like snacks, like processed food is important sometimes because it's just like we're busy.
Yeah.
These are like my favorite. So for snacks, what's really important is what oils they're using in the snacks. So like these chips are my favorite. They have avocado oil, versus these, which are using vegetable oil, and you don't even know like what that is exactly. It could be corn, it could be soy, it could be safflower, sunflower oil. So I like products that are actually disclosing what ingredients. So the key to any product in a grocery store is actually reading the label. So with protein bars, it's really important to, again, look for ingredients that you recognize and that are simple. So this is kind of a bad example. This one has gums, it has sunflower lecithin, which over time, eating these almost every day, these can definitely disrupt your gut. And where this is a better example because it has just really simple ingredients, almonds, honey, whey protein, and that's it. So this one is going to be easier to digest in your gut. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. You can follow me at Get Your Glow and also check out Glow Culture.